and it was a party down there. Everyone was just chilling or jumping into the water.
Welcome back, guys. So today we're going to be discovering a new place. For me, Croatia is not a country I've really heard about. So today I'm going to be checking out places to visit in Croatia. But then again, we have to know where is Croatia and what happens in Croatia. I looked it up and I saw that Croatia is located in southeastern Europe. So it's actually a European country. I'm very familiar with Germany, Poland, Sweden, and you know the rest. But Croatia, it's a discovery. So I also found out that aside from it being located in southeastern Europe, it's also bordering the Adriatic Sea. That is also a discovery, guys. So sit tight, let's dive right into this.
After visiting Croatia, it quickly became one of my all-time favorite European countries. From the endless wonders of the Dalmatian coast to countless medieval towns, Croatia is waiting to be experienced. Let's start.
Oh my god, it's similar to other European countries I've checked out, like Poland. The whole castle-ish kind of vibe, and the water, it's like very similar.
This video off at Dubrovnik. I think this is the most famous city in all of Croatia, and with reason. Located in the southernmost part of Croatia, Dubrovnik is this incredible medieval city built right on the Adriatic Sea. The history of Dubrovnik is fascinating. It was founded in the 7th century and was originally called Ragusa. During medieval times, Dubrovnik prospered thanks to maritime trade and reached its peak around the 16th century. One of my favorite things that I did during my time in Dubrovnik was walking on top of the city walls. It cost about 35 euros, which was a little expensive, but 100% worth it. You're able to loop the entire city and experience Dubrovnik from a new perspective. It's a 2-kilometer walk, and it took me about an hour and a half to do it. One of my favorite places on the walls was the Menseta Tower. It's this 14th century fortress that offers the highest vantage point of the city. While I was just walking along the walls of Dubrovnik, I noticed
I can only imagine what the view feels like from that point. Wow, this place is beautiful and it just feels like nature. I can only but imagine what it smells like.
places to relax on the water, so I had to go check them out. I found this beach area and it was a party down there. Everyone was just chilling or jumping into the water off the cliffs. Of course, I had to join in on the action. There's no better feeling than cliff jumping into the Adriatic Sea. Afterwards, I wanted to see Dubrovnik from a different perspective, so I took up the cable car to the top of the nearby mountain. It cost about 27 euros for the round-trip tickets. When you get to the top, you'll have the best possible view of Dubrovnik. I walked over to the northern side and found a nice little place to watch the sunset. I stayed around until it got dark, and I loved how Dubrovnik looked, lit up with all its lights. After I went back down to Dubrovnik's old town, and it was just magical walking through the city at night. It definitely felt like I was taking a stroll back in time.
There are beautiful places in this world, guys. I need to travel. I need to really travel. This is beautiful.
Dubrovnik is such an enchanting city and one of the coolest medieval places I've ever been. Afterwards, we're going to head up north along the coast to visit Korčula. Now, located about a 2 hours drive from Dubrovnik, Korčula is the second most populous island in the Adriatic Sea, and to reach it, you can take a ferry from the nearby town of Orebic. My favorite place on Korčula is its old town. It's built upon this peninsula and has a fascinating history. It's been part of the Venetian Republic on and off since the 12th century, and some historians believe that Marco Polo was born here. Another nearby island is Hvar, located right above Korčula.
I've really not seen any difference between these three places. Like, are you guys seeing the difference? It's the same water, the same color of roof, and the same vegetation around. It's just the same.
Hvar is the longest island in Croatia. One of the highlights of the island is its port town, which is also called Hvar. Now, similar to Korčula, Hvar's old town is full of history. It's overlooked by the Fortica fortress, which was built back in the 16th century by the Venetians, and it offers incredible views of the port. Located right off the town is the Marklane Islands. It's just a short boat ride from the port, making it a perfect place to relax on the Adriatic. Afterwards, we're going to head back to the mainland. Now, if you're heading north from Dubrovnik, you can drive across the Pelješac Bridge. It was completed just
This whole place is surrounded by water. Okay, that's what they meant when they say it's bordering the Adriatic Sea. It then means that it has water, like water. It's like the largest landmarks is covered up with water because there's literally water everywhere. I mean, the few places he has shown us.
a year ago, and it's an engineering phenomenon. It allows you to bypass driving into Bosnia and Herzegovina's town of Neum. As I continued past the bridge, I was just amazed by the scenery in this area. There were vineyards right up against the Adriatic and it was just incredibly scenic. Afterwards, I headed north on Croatia's coastal road and arrived at the Makarska Riviera. Now located right on the Dalmatian coast, the Makarska Riviera is where I saw some of the most impressive scenery from all my time in Croatia. The contrast between the blue Adriatic Sea against the green and white mountains was stunning. I drove through the town of Makarska and was looking for a place on the coast to relax, so I went to Chevicka Beach. It was a really nice beach area located just a few minutes outside of Makarska, and it had a lot going on. The water was crystal clear and there were tons of places on the beach to relax. There was a good amount of people there, but I was able to find some solitude and shade in the trees nearby. If you're driving through Croatia, I definitely recommend visiting the Makarska Riviera. I mean, the scenery here is unmatched. Now another cool place nearby is the town of Omiš. It's located about 40 minutes away from Makarska. Now Omiš is this really unique looking city that is sandwiched between the mountains and the sea, and then it has this river that runs through it as it empties into the Adriatic. The crowning feature of Omiš is the Starigrad Fortress. It was built in the 15th century and is placed high on the mountains that overlook the town. It can be reached by several hiking routes and takes about an hour to do. If you're in Omiš, the fortress is definitely worth the hike. Afterwards, we're going to visit the village of Primošten. Now located about an hour from Split, Primošten is this peninsula with a little village built on it. It was originally an island protected with medieval walls and towers, but it was connected to the mainland with a causeway around the 16th century. While I was here, I really enjoyed walking through the old town's gate and exploring the village. There's a nice little square, and then I walked up to the St. George's Church, which was built in the 1500s on the peninsula's highest point. There's also a ton of beaches around Primošten's old town. I enjoyed just chilling on them while enjoying the water and views of Primošten. I mean, definitely a charming little area worth checking out. Now, if you keep driving up the coast on your way to Zadar, you'll come across the Galičnak Island. It's this extremely unique island that's shaped like a heart, and the scenery around it is absolutely beautiful. Afterwards, we're going to head into Croatia's interior to visit the Plitvice Lakes National Park. Located about a 2 hours drive from Zadar, Plitvice Lakes is one of the most famous places in all of Croatia. I remember seeing pictures of this place years ago, and I've been wanting to see them in person ever since. The area is renowned for its crystal clear terraced lakes that are connected by beautiful waterfalls. I was here during the high season and it cost about 40 euros for me to get in, which I thought was a little expensive, but during other times of the year it's cheaper. After I entered the park, I went down to the boats at entrance 2 and crossed the lake. I started walking on the wooden pathways that go over the water and through the forest, and it was incredibly beautiful. I mean, I couldn't believe the clarity and color of the water. It was so clear and turquoise. I kept walking until I made it to some waterfalls. They were so unique and you can get up close to them on the walkway. I mean, it would be amazing if you could swim here, but unfortunately it's not allowed in the park. I will say Plitvice was extremely crowded when I went, so if you do come, I recommend visiting right when it opens or coming during the off season. One thing I definitely recommend doing while you're there is going to the Veliki Slap waterfall. It's best accessed from entrance 1. I didn't know about it when I went, and that's definitely a regret of mine for not seeing. Afterwards, we're going to head back to Croatia's coast to visit the island of Pag. Famous for its incredible beaches and moonlight landscapes, Pag is one of the largest and most beautiful islands in Croatia. To get to Pag, you can drive over the Paški Bridge, which connects Pag to the mainland. Now, compared to other islands in Croatia, Pag is very barren and reminds me of a Greek island like Crete or Santorini. While I was on Pag, I was looking for beaches to visit, and I decided to check out the Beretnica Beach. It's this beautiful area only accessed by hiking into or taking a boat, and it had these 3 unique boulders in the water that kind of reminded me of a mini Kalagolarice. Now, to get to the beach, I walked on this lunar-like landscape, and it took me about 30 minutes to get there. When I arrived, I was blown away by the scenery. There were barren cliffs contrasted with the blue waters of the Adriatic. I spent some time swimming around the boulders, and I just had a great time chilling here until the sunset. If you want to visit one of Croatia's most unique islands, you gotta give Pag a visit. Afterwards, we are going near the top of Croatia to visit the medieval port of Rovinj. Now, located on the Istrian Peninsula on Croatia's western coast, Rovinj is one of the most beautiful medieval fishing towns I've ever seen. The history of Rovinj is fascinating.
This place looks very relaxed. Like, do you notice that you don't have like too many people littered everywhere? Even the beach, he showed that they had people there. They were not like too many people. It just looks very calm, and Looks like a good spot for a
From
vacation.
1283 to 1797, Rovine was governed by the Republic of Venice. After the fall of Venice, it became part of the Austrian Empire until World War I, and from 1918 to 1947, it was part of the Kingdom of Italy, but today it belongs to Croatia and is one of its most beautiful cities. When you walk the streets, you'll feel like you're in Italy due to its Italian influence. One of the most beautiful features of the city is the Church of St. Euphemia. It's perfectly perched on the hill on the highest part of the town. It was completed in 1680 and stands over 60 meters tall. I mean, Rovine is such a special place I hope you all can experience. For our final destination, we're going to visit the island of Dugi Otok. Now to reach Dugi Otok, I took a 2-hour ferry from Zadar to the small village of Burbine. Now this island is very long, so you definitely want a car to get around. I first went to Veli Rat, which is the very northernmost point on the island. It has this really scenic lighthouse that is supposedly the tallest lighthouse in the Adriatic Sea. The lighthouse keeper might even let you climb to the top for a small fee. Now afterwards I went to the southern part to visit the Telashchica Nature Park. I mean, this area was extremely beautiful. It had a bay full of islands, and then there's this really nice beach area with a little restaurant. It cost about 10 euros to get in. Now, the main reason I wanted to come here was to see its cliffs. It was just a short hike to reach them, and the views were amazing up there. Some cliffs rose over 100 meters from the sea, and I just loved the white color of them. Now, another one of my favorite features of the area is Mirror Lake. It's this salt lake positioned in a very peculiar place, as it's on this skinny peninsula surrounded by the sea. I love the contrast between the dark blue colors of the Adriatic with the cliffs and the turquoise color of Mirror Lake. I mean, just such a unique place. Now from there, I could also see the Kornati Islands, which is home to some of Croatia's best untouched nature. It's an archipelago with over 140 islands and islets, and to fully experience them, you can go on a full day boat tour. I mean, I was running short on time this trip, but I'll definitely be back to experience them. As I was finishing my time up on the island, I went to this place called the Dragon's Eye. It's this natural pool that was way fun to swim in. There's also this sea cave nearby that I tried to get into, but I was all alone and too scared to go in there by myself, so I gotta come back another time to conquer my fears and check it out. Well, that is it for my Croatia top 10. There's still endless places to visit in this country, so I'll be back for part 2. Let me know where your favorite places in Croatia in the
God, this place looks good. There are beautiful places in this world. It's really not too different from other European countries, with the fact that they try to preserve heritage. Like those fortress you hear, it's as old as from the 60s and the 70s, and that's one thing I like about them, preserving natural heritage. And guys, I've said it all already, this place is so beautiful and calm. It's a good spot for vacation. Like I was like, wow, wow, wow. It's so surrounded by water, it is obvious, but there's that beauty, that nature, that calmness. Like I said, I can only imagine what this place smell like. Literally, it will smell like nature. Wow, this is beautiful. I wish I saw more pictures of what their flowers look like. I'm gonna give it more feel, like seeing what the flower look like, their farmlands look like. But that is a call to more research, so I'm going to check more video about this place, and I want to feed my eyes. I want to be there before I get there. Thank you guys so much for sitting up to this time. Let me know more about this place. Have you visited there before? Do you even live there? What does it feel like to live here in any of these places he mentioned? Keep it coming on my comment section. Until next time, bye.